Greater Good Radio. Connect, learn, heal, and grow.
I was given this body, and I always wondered why. Because I was never an athlete in high school. In fact, I was socially so awkward, I couldn't even play on a team. I never did anything college. You know, in my prime years, I didn't really do anything with this. And that's what tormented me later on in years. I was thinking, I was given this body. And I used to kind of cover myself up a lot because I always wear, even now I wear very baggy things. And I always wondered, why was I given this? And then I got in age 30, prime years. Nope, no sports team. You're not a UFC fighter. Age 40, well, you're kind of over the hill for doing, so, it could be a kettlebell coach, man. And I love this. So that's what I did in my 40s. And then by the time I'm 50 now, I'm like, oh, you're just 50. Prior to 2020, when I started doing the lockdown workouts thing, my conditioning was so bad. I think one of the first videos I posted, I set a timer for 10 minutes and all I did was put an iPad with a selfie camera, which I didn't know was bad quality at the time. Yeah. And all I did was struggle doing push-ups for 10 minutes. And I remember for some reason that video, I posted it. We started getting all these notifications of people subscribing.
From the first one?
From like the first or the second video I posted. Like, remember that time when the lockout where you could step outside and it was quiet? No cars, nothing?
Yeah.
I remember it was that quiet in our neighborhood, in our house, and my wife saying, did we get hacked? I said, why? What's wrong? I had email notifications turned on. Our email was just blowing up. And that's when I started, and then people started following me. And Evan, as stupid as this sounds, in 2020, I knew that people made money somehow off of YouTube and social media, but I never cared. And I never thought I'd be a person like that. So when people were subscribing and commenting, I wasn't even responding. I just posted that for my clients. I don't care about that social media thing. But people started asking me to post more of those workouts, which I did. And then my daughter said, Daddy, your YouTube's kind of going off, man. You're at 50,000 subscribers. And I'm all, is that good? Because I thought all the big time people are 1 million. She don't know 1 million on like TikTok or Instagram, but 50,000 on YouTube. That's good, Daddy. She said, oh God, you got to get on TikTok. So then I started clipping a little short thing from my 10-minute YouTube video, TikTok. I think my second video got million something views and my subscribers started to just go off. I can't even do that pull-up that I did anymore. But that TikTok went off hard. And then Barry, my older one, she said, Daddy, your TikTok account is really doing well. If you can do the same thing on Instagram, that's harder than TikTok to get. I'm like, why? So I just started repurposing, with the TikTok watermark. Mm-hmm. I put that just on my Instagram account. And that was like the account I had for my classmates at Punahou. And those videos started taking off on TikTok. It was much slower than on TikTok. And then I realized, well, the watermarks don't help. Because then I learned taking the repurposed TikTok video with all the TikTok water. Like, it's funny when you go back to people's things on 2020, everyone's videos on Instagram have the TikTok watermarks until they learned TikTok doesn't like that.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Instagram, right? Instagram's going to penalize you for that.
Well, you have software that will remove that watermark, but it's not like you're fooling Instagram. Still know the damn video came from TikTok. Yeah. And so those videos didn't really get pushed. Like a video that would get 1 million or 2 million views on TikTok just going off, I could get like 3,000 views on Instagram until I learned you got to post to Instagram directly. And when I started giving Instagram that first love, then the Instagram started to respond similar to TikTok. And this might sound a little like, very social media thing to say, but one time my wife and my daughter, we were all talking about this with my family and like how this thing is growing. And we're trying to figure out, why is this thing growing? Why is this thing popular like it is? And then the first question, my daughter, she said, Daddy, if from day one, every video you've posted, you were wearing a shirt, do you think this would work? I said, you know what? I don't think so. I feel like a lot of the reason why people watch my videos is because I have a level of muscularity that's considered unusual, especially for someone of my age. I see a lot of guys that are way better shape than me, but I don't think this would have worked in my 40s because there's plenty of guys in their 40s who are rock solid. At 40, until I got cancer, I was great. So I guess it was just perfect timing.
If you resonate with Greater Good Radio, please join our community at www.greatergoodradio.com, where you can get access to exclusive content and offerings. Hope to see you soon.